Right, now I'm going to add debug output. Lots of debug output. No, we just don't need this. Status. Hey, a bit barren. Pull request? Why would I do a pull request? I'm the only author here. There is nothing to be pulled. What shall we do here? I need to okay, just look here. I think this is necessary, I'm not even sure though. Who cares? I'll just add it. I suppose that just using debug mode is sufficient. I can do a push. Maybe you meant that? Push. Now you have everything. If you clone it or pull, if you pull. On their repo, no, I'm the author of everything. Let's think what to do next. Yeah, add debug output because the thing doesn't work. Let's add a lot of debug output. Source. I don't think much more than entering main is necessary here. Although maybe I want to know when we return. I mean, if there's an error, then it's printing the error already. So I'll know that it is exiting. In this case, let's just add a notice. Debug output, debug DC, debug channel notice. I'm just doing leaving main. I don't like this, however. Let's do int exit code is 0. And then return exit code here. And then put that at the end. And then here we do exit code is 1. And here as well. And here we don't want to do this or set exit code to 1. I just want to leave it. This is happening. So what you really want to do is negate the test and then do that. Oops. Negate this test means yeah, unequal that and unequal that. That is even interesting to see if you just do Control C if it exits cleanly. I don't think it exits cleanly. Run this and then I do Control C. Oh, it does exit cleanly. So the Control C is captured as a signal and the signal causes us to leave. It's a sick int, right? So you have signal handlers. So then yeah, I want to have debug output all over the place. Let's see where though. There must be. Yeah, this is a short header. There's nothing to add there. Application info. Also no code, I think. Well, there is code, but hardly anything interesting. Just converting the version. Well, whatever. Setting application name. Oh yeah, why not? Without entering PC notice application info. Set application name. Application name. And set application version, encoded version. Now you cannot just print uint strings to O streams unless we add support for that. I would call that debug or debug support O stream operator. So we need debug. Oops, yeah, include debug.h. Also need the O stream operators for this one. I think just the ones in CWDS should work. Include CWDS debug stream operators. But yeah, only want that if we're really in debug mode. So if dev cw debug in div, because I think that defines it. Something with U8 string. Yeah, support printing a standard U8 string to debug output. So that should work. And overall sys.h again, which file? Squad server. Might as well add it to every .cxx file before I get another error. So yeah, prints it like that. Application name set to remount daemon and then set application version to 1. That is 0.1 then. It is encoded. Yeah, I don't see a good reason to decode it there. We could do that, but well. That was this header. This header. Next header, remount daemon error. There is nothing to do here. Remount daemon header, also no code. Scoped. Hardly worth adding debug output. To just work anyway. Socket server. It's the last header. Yeah, nothing really. Just an accessor stuff, but I don't want to print debug output when an accessor is being called. Not yet anyway. So all debug output has to go in all the .cxx files. Again, and I'll just begin here, I suppose. So now also need an include debug. Yeah, you can get a strace-like output by adding the out entering for every function, and then just get to see whenever any function is being called. But that's a lot of work. So let's be a little bit more. I don't know. I can't think of the word. A little bit more what? Yeah, picky about where we add debug output, let's say. Restricting ourselves, whatever. So the utility stuff, I'm just going to do that. I want to I'm mostly interested really by following client. I think this all works already anyway. Command line parsing, yeah. Oh. No, this is an important moment. Let's add this one here. Entering application run. And then in the main loop as well. Then probably also want to see that we are entering the socket server main loop. But yeah. Let's go to the next CXX file. It would be this one. I already did that one. Just entering main, leaving main. And then we have the remount daemon itself. This one might be interesting. So do here the out DC node entering actually. Entering DC notice. So constructing a remount daemon client type with this file descriptor. That's why I did not get output. I added it to the wrong thing. I think I get here. Entering new message. Message. Do I have a print string here or not? Nope, does not get a core. Damn it. Where's that defined then? Yeah, I had quotes around it myself. Yeah, okay, that was the client. No, there's nothing, of course. It's just printing human readable text for the errors. So there's only one file left now, that is the socket server itself. Make a blocking, a no client. Who the hell would even be using that? Huh? This is where I added it. And then I was surprised that... that I didn't see any output. Yeah, now the problem is of course that it might give a compile warning or error even if you compile this without the debugging, because then message is not being used. So normally I would have something like unused unless debug or so, or something like this. What was it? Or just debug only. Tag not found. It's not part of this. It's part of utils, I think. Yeah, utils macros. There's no macros, yeah, it's utils thing. Okay, well, whatever. I can use a debug only macro. Client. Okay, the constructor of a new client. Interesting to see, I suppose. Entering DC notice. Target server client file descriptor. Yeah, I would like to see the destructor as well. Yeah, default or not. I think it's exactly the same thing if you do this. And then we can add a debug output for it. Do I want to print a file descriptor? Can print this pointer. That's what I usually do. And then here as well. Okay. Handle readable. socket server constructor. Well, let's not print anything about that yet. Clean up. Here's socket file descriptor. Open init daemon. The socket path. Why is that not a file system thing? It is here. Yeah, it should have passed. It should have been passed like that, I think. It should have been a file system path from the beginning. Interestingly enough, it converts it to file system path, it being the AI, and then immediately back to the native path. Seriously. Did it really? HTTP is like, well, I'll use standard file system because Carlo said I had to, but then convert it back to native and work with it anyway. What the hell? Stupid thing. Lazy thing. And why is this not a file system path? It's a path, damn it. Don't use that as strings. I don't know if a file system path has a clear or an empty, but we'll see. I'll just look it up. Standard file system path. Clear. You have a clear. And do we have an empty is the question. Empty, yeah. No, okay, good enough. Yeah, that's sorry. Initialize. Maybe sufficient to just add this and not the previous one. I think this is the only function that calls those. Okay, here. Okay, what the hell? Change when is that not existing? Standard file system path in head of file system. File system path. Are we in a template or something here? I'm not using templates. It's not a template. It doesn't understand that it is a type. I changed the wrong one. Yeah, that also set path. Maybe even config path then should be file system path. It's also a path. How do you get a native string from a path? It's a standard string, right? World of path, parent path, just native. Native returns string console reference. Okay. You can keep the plus. You can even have to keep the quotes in. Just make this native. Okay, I'm changing it back. Damn it. No, for the throws. For the throws I need a string. How much I'll use native then? Now I'm really very tempted to use my own error reporting stuff with exceptions. Then I can just use O-streams. You just write the O-stream stuff here. You can just write it. It's a bit limited here. You can only throw a string. Yeah. Can't blink. There it is. Entering main, entering set application name, set version name, open systemd, open standalone. So it tries to open systemd, but it fails, and then we do open standalone, I guess. Entering create socket, create standalone listener. Application run. Main loop, socket server main loop. Add file descriptor to equal twice. Once for the termination thing and once for the listen socket, I guess. It's not clear which file descriptor is the listen socket, nor what the one is there. And then all we're doing here was also a sudo. create client, entering socket server client. Well, that's creating a client. Entering remount client. Lots of stuff is being created, and finally we do it and add another file descriptor. What the hell is that? Oh, that is the EPOL stuff. EPOL read write and stuff or whatever. Yeah, no. So 33 is being added here. No. And then if I write something, hello space return, then we have enter new message, hello space. Yeah, I would like to send a string without a new line. I don't know if NC can do that. Let's try this one. Now it goes shy. Wow, what are this? So it tells me to use roar, and then when I show it that it doesn't work on the Unisocket, it says, yeah, roar is a thermal P2I option in SOCAD, not a socket option. You attach it to a Unix connect address, so SOCAD complains, of course. I'm hating AI. Stupid. Put the ROM mod on standard IO instead. Well, no, why not this? See if this works. Proc remountd sudo socat. Why would that work? Okay, the previous one was closed, and we open a new one, again on file descriptor 33. And then I type H, yeah, not echoed. What happens here? Handle readable, okay, so I think it received the H, but it's not telling me. That's okay, because that debug output does not exist. Maybe I should add it. And then I can add ELLO space, and still there's no new line. And then we continue with world, and then enter. And now it should appear here as a new message, and it doesn't. Well, that looks like not working then. So first I want to see which characters are being received here. And apparently we have handle readable. Do we read stuff? If a red is larger than 0, then I can print what we did read. Out. PC notice received. Read red bytes. I need buff to string here. It's not highlighted. Why the hell is it not highlighted? It is a part of libcwd. So doesn't highlight it. Okay. Hopefully that lives in libcwd or something. And I think I just take the buff here first. Buffer and then the length. Let's put quotes around it. Does that even compile? It does not compile. I think I need a header for it. Received 1 bytes. Age. So far so good. ELLO. Enter. Oh, we get a enter is a \R, which is character return, not a new line. What the hell? Interesting. And then if I type more. No, there's just no new line. Yeah, no, I don't need to do that. I think I just need to handle both. Let's Control C. Control C. Passes it on. Who cares? You cannot stop this anymore. Well, I can. I just kill the socket. Ta-da! Yeah, back. Yeah, okay, so I want to handle the cat return as well. Where is that being decoded? In the client? Probably here. Search for new line. Yeah, so if the byte is a new line, then we have a new message. But if it is a get return, then it's also a new message. If byte equals get return, or byte is a new line, we have a new message. Continue, and then if we read, so we see a new line. If we have only new lines, this works. If you have only get returns, this works. I also want to deal with receiving get return new lines. Then we have the new message upon the get return, and then the next new line should be ignored. So I think I have to remember that we saw get return last. Carriage. Get return. See the client, does the client have a clean or reset? No. Let's just begin this with false. Yes. Nou work, it work. And I can even connect another client without closing this one. And then this one still works. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm going to eat, I think, watch a movie and stuff. Let's commit this. Git diff. CWS sources. sys.h must be included. Yeah, mostly debug output. Use standard file system path more and also work for new lines. Oh no, I did too much. 3 things. Git commit. What? Did we have new files? No, we did not. Git commit. Yeah, debug output. It covers most things. Okay, well, I'm wondering if I can turn debug output off. Even compiling. Turn compiling on, linking. Compiling, I don't care, maybe just linking. By enable debug off. Well, that should be that definitely. It should work. So resource configure make Yep, no more debugging. Very good. Release also no debugging, even if you have it on. Yeah. Derhalve. Just one more thing though. Run this. If I type 64 characters, it should also drop me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, and we are dropped. Okay, very good. What is next? To implement the protocol, I think. Just think of all the commandos that you want to do something with. Wait a minute, was that not already in the README? That this is necessary. Or that we want this. List. Oh, it's a listing. Oh, yeah. Hmm. same chat where everything was written. And it doesn't know, it can't remember apparently how it wrote that code. Instead it has to search for probable keywords. Ridiculous. Oké, ik zwicht als het ware in Dutch. I'm going to buy something nice for myself to eat. I'll be back later.